Happy Friday, everyone. I'm here. Hello, 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 you beautiful people. How are you tonight? And happy Friday. I know we have lots and lots of people here chatting. We've been chatting it up, and I love chatting with y'all before it starts. Victoria, the resident knitter, Rosie Rindler, and Crafty Annie, Diamond Girl Joan. We got Danny Benani, Sandy Michaels, Breezy. Mary Webb came in a minute ago, and who else did I see? Saw somebody else sneaking in here. Lorna McKenzie, hello. Catbird, hello. Oh my goodness. Lefty Crochets and Marionettes, hello. All right, everybody is coming in. I'm so glad to see you guys. How are you? Dad is still on the airplane on the way back to Colorado tonight. He should be getting there within the next hour or so. Um, we have had a wild week. So, yeah, we got an awful lot of stuff done, though. Very, very happy. Hey, Colleen and Frozen, good to see you. Oh, it's wet there? Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm really jealous of that. Oh. Who else is wet tonight? Showing everybody, showing y'all, showing all the peoples. I wish we were wet here. We have not had any rain in some time now, not more than like half an inch. So it really does not stick with us for very long. But it is what it is. I'm so dry. If I remember that song, that's me. I say that sometimes, Sandy. I'm so dry. Oh, Colleen, send it this way. Oh, we never turn it down in Texas, and especially West Texas. So I'm doing okay, y'all. I hope you guys are doing okay. I have snacks here tonight. I've got. I hear Annie's triple fisting it tonight. Y'all, we are not on the air yet until we turn on the light. Syrups is on the phone. Okay, now we're on the air. And I am really in my jammies. I am in the jammies tonight. How many of y'all are in your jammies tonight? Ah, it's flooding in Jersey and New York. Oh gosh. Joan says, ah. Oh, that's funny. Joan's in her 90. Oh, Linda's here. Yay. She's here. She's in her 90 too. Lorna's in her 90. Oh, you're all dressed up for us tonight, Sandy. I've got my Texas cup tonight with my tea, not tea yet. It'll be tea in a little while, but right now it's coffee. Mary is in her jammies too. I'm glad y'all are comfy. And then in my other cup, I don't know if she's watching out there tonight. She may not be off of work yet, but my daughter Carrie is in Omaha, and she sent me the sweetest card and this sticker, and it says Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium. So I got a new sticker for my cup. So thank you, honey, if you watch this back or if you're watching. And she and I both are huge fans, and this is my last one. I need to get some more. Is Topo Chico. I know all the drinkers like them, and they put it with their liquor. I'm not putting it with any liquor. I'm putting it with ice. Can y'all hear it? Didn't quite get it all in there. I might have to drink some. So good. Good stuff. Hey, Nisi. Been working on your numbers, girl. It takes time, but we're working on it. Isn't it a great sticker? Oh, you take your computer in. Oh. Well, you got two other things to drink, Annie. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I've been working on it. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Got to be a certain age to know that one. Denny's trying to finish her fizzy water. Has anyone worked with Kaboo and had a hard time with it? I have not had a hard time with it. What's the problem? Joan says she's that age. So I know I've been talking now for like 10 minutes. We haven't talked about crime yet. I know this will be going into my crime podcast playlist. And so I do want to say, if you are someone who is offended, or you are someone who has issues with some triggering words or things, this is my time where I say, maybe this is not the podcast. Maybe come back on a yarnier day. Tonight is our crime night. We'll be talking about things like that. I am not an investigator. I am not a journalist. And I am not a lawyer. I just like this stuff like a lot of you guys like. And so we gather here to talk about it. And usually we are knitting or crocheting while we're doing it. And let me show you what I am working on. There we go. I have started my decreases on this blanket, and I went ahead and marked right here is where I started doing the decreases. I'm right around 30 to 32 inches across now with it. Hey, Adele, and hello to you, and hello to Gracie if she is watching also. Hello, my friends, and all the lurkers here. So glad to have you guys with me tonight too. Oh, see, I bring that in and it screws with I start going in and out. Okay, let's stop that for now. doesn't like it. Okay, so you guys, they found Suzanne Morphew. Any of you know about Suzanne Morphew's case in Colorado? Um, I want to show you something, and then I will come back and we will talk a little bit more about it. But they found her body, her remains. So there is that. We do have crews spread out heading to Salida right now. So nobody is saying what has actually, I don't know whether they actually know a cause of death or any, none of that has been reported on yet. I think it's too fresh, too new for them to know any of that. But they're saying she was only about a half an hour from where she lived. Okay. Such a, oh. So let's, I'm going to go to this one, which is an article from CBS in Colorado. This is a news article. Remains of missing Colorado mom Suzanne Morphew found in Moffett, 3+ years after she was last seen. The remains of a missing mom, Suzanne Morphew, have been found more than 3 years after she was last seen, according to Colorado Bureau of Investigation, which says the remains were positively identified on Wednesday. I do know they identified her through her dental records. Morphew was last seen on Mother's Day 3 years ago, left by 2 teenage daughters and her husband, Barry, who was not only the prime suspect, but also charged with her murder. Now, he has some cases against Colorado for wrongful incarceration and bringing a wrongful suit against him, a bunch of things he has filed. Yes, maybe they can start getting some answers. Absolutely. That's the first step in their closure, isn't it? Yes. Now, I do know that at first we had a hard time finding her because there was so much snow at that time that they could not get to all the places that they wanted to look. Investigators were searching in the area of Moffett in Saga County on an investigation not related to the Morphew disappearance when the remains were discovered. So, unfortunately, there is another woman, and I'll play that for you if you want. But there was another woman that they were looking for, and they've been looking for her for a long time. And some remains were found a year or so ago, and they were thinking, that family was thinking that it was their mom, and it was not. And then when these were found again, they were thinking maybe they had found her, and again it was not. It was Suzanne. So I feel really bad for that family also. Suzanne Morphew's family released this statement on Thursday. The Mormon family would like to thank all involved for the discovery of our sister Suzanne. Over the last 3 years, countless hours have been spent looking for Suzanne by a determined group who have never given up hope that she would be found. The memories of her gentle spirit and wonderful smile have been a constant presence since her disappearance to all who knew and loved her. We want to thank Chaffee County Sheriff John Spetsy, his staff, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and the hundreds of volunteers who never gave up. Fate may have played a key role in finding her, but it does not negate the resolute commitment of all those involved. We would also like to thank the citizens of Chaffee County who have been subjected to this unimaginable saga for their support and prayers. Yes, there was a 48-hour deal. You watched it yesterday. I don't remember when that went up. I've seen reference to that, and I don't think I've seen that one yet. Now I want to go and and get brushed up on that to see what might be coming soon, right? They think it was her husband, but they dropped the charges when they could not find her body. So it because they did it the way they did it, it means they can still bring charges in the future. No arrests have been made since the remains have been located. Um, I'm looking here. Yeah, earlier this year, Barry Morphew filed a lawsuit asking $15 million, saying he was wrongfully charged in his wife's disappearance, at the time presumed dead. The lawsuit includes Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, and several named investigators in the case, including those working for the Colorado Bureau of Investigation and the FBI. Now, here's what happened. She disappeared after leaving her home for a bike ride on Mother's Day of 2020. And what happened next remains a mystery. Her bicycle was found down a deep ravine off Chaffee County Road 225 from Highway 50. Ooh, I've been on Highway 50. Deputies said that the bicycle did not look like it was involved in a crash, and there was not any blood at the scene. After she went missing, Barry Morphew told CBS News Colorado that he believed she was abducted. With prejudice. Thank you. That is the wording I was looking for. Thank you, Annie. They did that with prejudice. And prejudice means that it ain't over. It ain't over till it's over, basically. During the investigation into her disappearance, friends told detectives that Suzanne and Barry had been arguing about finances and that Suzanne may have had a boyfriend. Investigators recovered documents from Suzanne's iCloud account as part of evidence. One of those documents was a list that Suzanne had made on May 8th of 2020 entitled Grievances. It included notes like wedding ring, which Barry allegedly took and melted at some point. She also noted women on Facebook, which Barry told her were good for business, as well as an incident in Mexico where Barry tried to take her phone away and look at it. On the morning of May 6th of 2020, Suzanne sent Barry a firm text that indicated she wanted to end the relationship. The text was found in Barry's cache, indicating it had been deleted. And it read, "I'm done. I could care less what you're up to or have been for years. We just need to figure this out civilly." Barry's reaction involved threats of suicide. "When I'm dead, which won't be long, you guys will be taken care of, and I'm going to see my savior." On the morning of May 9th, 2020, a day before Suzanne was reported missing, 59 communications were exchanged between Suzanne and the man who was apparently her boyfriend. Barry Morphew was arrested on May 5th of 2021, so about a year later, on charges of murder after deliberation, tampering with physical evidence, and attempting to influence a public servant. The case was afflicted with complications. In December of 2021, the judge assigned to preside over the case removed himself after defense attorneys raised questions about a conflict of interest. They had questions about Judge Patrick Murphy because of his relationship with the lawyer handling the case of Barry Morphew's alleged girlfriend, who may have been called as a witness in the trial. In February of 22, the murder trial was moved from Chaffee County to Fremont County. And at the time, officials stated because of the size of the community and the pervasive negative pretrial publicity since Suzanne Morphew's disappearance, the court finds that a fair trial cannot take place in Chaffee County. This is a high-profile case, small county, small jury pool, media saturation is high. In March of 2022, Barry's lawyers asked for a dismissal after they received an internal affairs document surrounding the Colorado Bureau of Investigations agent in charge, Joe Cahill. In a court filing, the prosecution says the defense is taking bits and pieces out of context. The internal affairs document, Cahill stated the arrest of the suspect now as the worst decision that could have been made. He went on to say the arrest of the suspect in this investigation was premature or hasty. There were hearings regarding what evidence and testimony was going to be allowed in court. A judge dismissed the case against Barry Morphew in April of 2022. At the time, the 11th Judicial District Attorney Linda Stanley filed a motion to dismiss without prejudice, which means prosecutors could file charges against Morphew at a later date. Okay. I don't remember. I want to say that Barry Morphew might. He's a landscaper. Barry Morphew is a landscaper. He's the yard guy. He's the pool man. He's a yard guy. Yeah, he's a yard guy. It's been so long, and he was so arrogant at the time that, and the children believe him. So I don't know. The children believe him. So even the girls believe him. They don't believe that. They think something happened to her, but they don't believe that he did it. That's my understanding from all of the interviews with the children. And they sat right with him during all of the press conferences and all of those things. They think something was up somewhere. They think something happened. But what gets me about it is during that investigation into Barry Morphew, they have him putting things in trash bins near motels and stuff where he stayed. They're suspicious of some of those things. They have some evidence that they were going to use in that trial, and a little bit of it came out, but I think they have more. Well, I think what they mean, I think you can take a ring to a jeweler and have something else made out of it. Yes, exactly. 5 different, I wasn't sure how many it was, but I knew they had some evidence that he had done that. Yep. So glad you're here. Yep. So that's that one. I guess we will wait and see. I thought, when I saw his interview when he was crying and asking for help, that, he was just weird to me. Just seemed weird. His behavior just felt really, really, yeah. He feels really, he feels slimy to me. I don't know. And controlling, yeah, maybe. Well, that's definitely controlling. Men that start that stuff really irritate. I've been through it. I've been through it. Gracie's making dinner but watching. Okay, cool. All right, now let's switch gears for a minute, you guys. Let's switch gears for a minute. Oh, I do have snacks here. I've got my golden Oreos. So she spoke to her friend, and they have those conversations that they had. She did say that. She did say he was being abusive. And they have those conversations. That's part of the evidence that I had heard about. And Dad should be getting home soon. So if he calls, I may have to mute myself and take his call, okay? I know y'all would understand. Now, have y'all been watching all the stuff with Delphi? The latest, and I'm going to show you a little video from Law and Crime talking about this latest development where Richard Allen is claiming that the Odinites did it. The Odinites. All right.
Nation. Attorneys for the man accused of killing 2 young girls in Delphi, Indiana say it wasn't him. Instead, they claim the girls were killed as a part of a pagan ritual by a white nationalist group, despite previous confessions made by their client. Richard Allen is the man accused of the 2017 brutal slayings of 14-year-old Liberty German and 13-year-old Abigail Williams. Their bodies were discovered in February 2017 on a hiking trail near an abandoned railroad bridge in Delphi, Indiana. In a new 136-page motion filed on September 18th of this year, attorneys for Allen accused investigators of ignoring critical evidence linking the killings to a group called Odinism, a pagan group which, according to the motion, has been hijacked by white nationalists.
These kind of things go on in rural Indiana. Like, this is not some kind of whole cloth theory that the defense just came up with. Again, all this information came from the discovery. Tendered by the state to them.
Criminal defense attorney Bob Mata has been following the Delphi murders case for years. He says the latest motion filed by Allen's defense team isn't just smoke and mirrors. And the filing also provides details about the crime scene that had not been previously released to the public, including signatures and symbols in the forms of runes.
3 cops who decided to keep chasing this lead, 3 branches in the way they were positioned, but more importantly to me, the way that the girls' bodies were positioned in certain, with arms being up, with their heads in certain directions, and then the blood on the tree, that seemed to appear to be the letter, that looked like a letter F.
According to the new motion, a former assistant police chief named Todd Clegg allegedly notified prosecutors about the lack of evidence against Allen in comparison to looking into Odinist followers in the area. In the filing, Allen's attorneys argue someone else committed the gruesome crime. Defense attorney Bob Mata agrees.
Where's the case against Richard Allen? What's his motive? I haven't heard any of that with Richard Allen. Right now, they're hanging their hat on the case that for some reason, because typically people don't confess on jail calls that they know are recorded. Typically, that's not a thing that typically happens. So, the fact that that is the strongest piece of evidence that they have is interesting. It's not a strong case against the guy forensically. They have nothing. And the other big thing that comes out of that, which was like a little kernel in there, is that they're saying, look, there is no DNA that is putting Richard Allen at that crime scene, and more importantly than the DNA, because I had heard that there was no DNA that they recovered from that scene, is that they didn't find any evidence whatsoever on any of his devices.
See, that is just not true. They did find evidence. They found a bullet from his gun. The girls were not shot, but they found a bullet which had been in at some point had been in Richard Allen's own gun. So he is downplaying that. Just saying.
ISIS.
One person who Allen's team points to specifically in the motion is the father of a boy one of the victims had been dating prior to her death. But the boy's father previously denied any involvement in the murders, and in response to the latest motion filed, the boy's father took to his social media to say if he had the money, he'd sue Allen's attorney for pain and anguish caused to him and his family. Allen's defense team's latest motion comes after the July decision by a judge not to move Allen from the Westville Correctional Facility, where he's been housed since his arrest. The filing states that at least 2 guards from the prison have intimidated and abused their client and are also members of the Odinite cult. Ultimately, Allen's attorneys want what's called a Frank hearing to determine if the search warrant for Allen's home was based on an inaccurate probable cause, which according to Bob Mata should be granted by the judge.
There's pieces there, and it's all gonna get laid out at this hearing, which is gonna be bombshell hearing one way or another.
If a judge grants a hearing and rules in Allen's favor, all of the evidence collected as a result of the warrant will be inadmissible in the murder case. Allen's murder trial is slated for January of 2024.
What do you guys think?
For the Law and Crime Network.
What do you guys think of all of that? Think it's BS? Yeah, right? Yeah, he's being framed. Okay, let's make it simple. He's being framed by the Odinites who were working at the jail. Everybody in jail is being framed. So, okay, I don't know. And where did this thing come from? And he talked about it here. From what I understand is that it came from the discovery. So everything that was involved with the investigation that has any relevance to the case has to be handed over to the defense. And that's part of what they call the discovery. And in the discovery, there was some evidence in there from where some of the investigators, police officers, people who were there that were looking into these other avenues of, trying to find somebody, trying to, go down the road to some of these avenues. And that was in there, and that was something they were pursuing. And now they're using it to say, it wasn't him, that it was them. So that's where this came from. Yeah, right. Well, it came out in the discovery. So, of course, as you know, some of the information has not really been shared here. They've been holding a lot of information close to them. Now that they have someone in custody, they have to give over information that they have to the defense. So, I still have my doubts about that too. I do. Joan, I still wonder. Something feels really weird about the Logan thing. It does, doesn't it? Something still feels really weird about that. I don't know. Maybe we have to wait and see. Maybe they're just going to leave it out because there's nothing they can do. He's dead. So there's nothing they can do about it. But yeah, that still kind of makes me wonder. And see, that could be it. That could definitely be it. But he did confess. And I mean, come on. Everybody in jail knows that they're listening to your phone calls. Hello. They listen and see everything. The prosecutors now, here is what they are saying. You think it sounded like Logan? Oh, Breezy says, Shad's not here, so she's asking, what am I wearing? So I am also wearing my sloth that was given to me by my daughter, Carrie. And the other one is my one for domestic violence from Avon. That's what I'm wearing. And my knifeies. I got my knifey earrings on. Think it sounded, I may have to look that up, Joan. I have to look that up. Okay. Here is an article from AP. This was on the 26th of this month, just the other day. The prosecutor overseeing the case against a northern Indiana man charged in 2017 killings of 2 teenage girls has dismissed as fanciful a recent court filing by the man's attorneys contending the girls actually died as part of a ritual sacrifice. Carroll County prosecutor Nicholas McClellan called the theory a fanciful defense for social media to devour. In a document filed Monday, a week after Richard Allen's attorney said in a filing that Abigail, 13, and Liberty, 14, were killed by members of a pagan Norse religion and white nationalist group known as Odinists. Allen's attorneys wrote that absolutely nothing links Richard Allen to Odinism or any religious cult. Their filing seeks a hearing at which they would argue for suppressing the evidence collected at Allen's Delphi home. It says that law enforcement lied or omitted information to obtain a warrant to search his house. In his response, opposing Allen's attorneys' separate requests to have their clients' hearings and trial broadcast, the prosecutor wrote that only 13 pages of the defense's 136-page filing seeking the evidence hearing makes any relevant allegations. The remaining 90% of the memorandum outlines its fanciful defense for social media to devour. McClellan also filed a reply to the attorney's request for a hearing to suppress evidence, writing that Carroll County Sheriff Tony Liggett did not intentionally or recklessly omit evidence or lie about evidence in the probable cause affidavit to support the search warrant. McClellan added that when investigators obtained the search warrant in October of 22, they believed there was a chance Allen would destroy crucial evidence in the investigation if he knew he was suspected in the killings. A redacted probable cause affidavit released in November of 22 states that during their search of Allen's home, investigators seized a .40 caliber pistol belonging to him which Allen bought in 2001. The affidavit states that an unspent bullet found near the slain girl's body had been cycled through Allen's pistol. We know that Liberty had a on part of the evidence, what am I trying to say? It wasn't the video, it was a recording. They had the full thing, and they said that someone said gun in there, so they know whoever it was had a gun. So the gun more than likely was how he gained control, and then he lost the bullet. He must at some point had loaded the gun and had the extra bullets, or something happened because he dropped the bullet at the crime scene. They can place him at the crime scene, which is something they can't always say in other investigations. I'm just saying. So that's interesting. Yeah, a recording on her phone that was part of the recording of the bridge man. Absolutely. But we have never seen that. I would imagine that is something that will come out in court whenever it goes to trial. So we have to wait until everything plays out. And I do think it will. I do think it will. Again, I think this is all bull honky. I think it's bull honky. What else you guys want to talk about? Any other cases? Okay, I know before that we started, we were talking about Shabusiness. Taylor Shabusiness has now been sentenced. She was there in her Shabusiness shield, her full face panty. Oh my goodness. And I just don't think that Taylor's grandmother or her father, either one, did anything to help her, because all of the things that were talked about, her cousin who spoke at her sentencing, all of the family that spoke about her, and all of those things that were said about her happened long before all of this happened. It was all when she was younger, and she was not an asshole when she was younger. It wasn't until later on when she became, I mean, who knows? And do we know what her father is in jail for? Did we ever figure that out, you guys? Because I'm not entirely sure what he did to get in jail either. I don't know if any of y'all know. Let me see if I can find it. What is Taylor? I'm not the first one to ask that question. Second degree sexual assault of a child. He's serving 12 years of an 18, and then he'll have 18 years of supervision. So this is quite an upstanding person who's here to speak for Taylor. Hi, Kathy. Well, it's true. I mean, come on. They all come in, and as just so y'all know, I saw a YouTube creator video earlier today that said it's okay for us to talk about this. We're not going to get in trouble. We're not going to get flagged. Not going to get demonetized. Not going to do any of that. Because we are using this in a form where we are not describing everything. As long as we're not describing it all out into detail, we're good. Just so you know, I didn't know if y'all knew that had come out. Assaulted a little girl. Okay. Well, how do we know he's not telling us everything here and she's not telling us everything? Yes, it's educational. Absolutely. You're typing around pie. Okay. You're forgiven for typing around pie. Oh, and then my other snack, y'all, is Pringles. I bought them for Dad. He ate the other pack. Hi, Bub. It's almost time, isn't it? We're getting close. We're getting close, aren't we? Bet you guys cannot see him, but he is sitting right over here. Can y'all see his area is right there? See? What you got, Mom? I'm going to give you the first one out of the can. He's a good catch. He is such a good catch. Cal tells it. Oh, I like veggie straws. I like veggie straws. That is Cerberus. He is our mascot here, for those that don't know. That man, that guy is a party waiting to happen every time. What is Lebanon Bologna? I don't know what that is. I've not ever heard of that one. So this grandmother, bless her heart, has not raised the best people. So I just don't know. And she's raising her child. She has Taylor's child. I hope this child has let's hope that we've all learned something here and that Taylor's child actually amounts to something. I really, really hope that for Taylor's child. That I hope. Do I want Taylor to get some help? I want her to get enough help in jail that she says, this is why I did it, and I'm sorry. I hope she gets enough help that she will finally come around to saying that. That would be nice. It's made in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Okay. Sounds good. Yep. Yeah, and the child is only like 2 or 3 years old. I know, Annie. I don't understand people who don't like chocolate. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. So it's my understanding that Taylor is not going to get the supervision. Is that what you guys understood? Yeah. Take it away first. Not only that, but can we stop for just a second and talk about the fact that Taylor was doing drugs before she got pregnant and quit during pregnancy. So she can quit. She's fully capable. And then went back to it after the child was born and had the child taken away. That says so much to me. It does. Oh, so it's some weird way of saying what? Okay. It's some weird way of saying it. Life without parole or supervision. Okay. Thank you. Yep. And there is a difference. There is definitely a difference between insane and batshit crazy. I'm going to hold to it. I'm going to hold to it and I'm going to say she just wanted to know what it felt like. It was so that Taylor Shabusiness, who that wasn't her real name. It was like Montana or something like that. I don't know. She legally changed her name to Shabusiness. They wanted, and then they, during this whole sentencing thing, they wanted to blame it on the ex-husband. Hello, Sally. Glad you're here. Because he got her into drugs. What you know, you guys, what you saw in court, that was Taylor. It was all Taylor. It wasn't Taylor possessed or Taylor hearing voices or Taylor anything. That was all Taylor. Marta Bell is here. Yay. Good to see you. Okay. I will be working on getting some stuff together to tell you more about Dad's house and how all of that is going. But I am tired. It's all going really well. We got a lot done. There's still a lot to do. We won't have the final walkthrough until the middle of October. So I know we won't be moving him here until at least the middle of October. But there's a lot to do in the meantime. Yeah. That. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's briefly talk about Take Care of Maya. Take Care of Maya trial. They're calling it that because that was a documentary. I believe it was on Netflix. I did watch that. I don't know because I haven't watched the whole thing. Here's what I want to know. I really am interested in this case. It's a very prominent place. Johns Hopkins University is where the supposed issues happen. Do you guys want to watch the trial together? Is that something you guys might want to do? If you do, let me know. If you're watching this afterwards, let me know. But I think we could do that starting sometime, I don't know, maybe next week or so. I don't know for sure. Well, we need to talk about that too, Annie. Okay, I am going to go, you guys. You guys have a wonderful weekend if I don't see you again before next week. And I'll do my best to come back on Sunday and show you guys all the things I've been working on. And I love y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Have some fun today. Thank you for being here. And you guys, I hit 3,365 subscribers. Thank you so very much to all of you. I'm trying to get to 3,500. It's kind of a little goal, just a little goal. We have to have goals, because it would be so much fun. But to see when I hit that, I got that 6. Now when I get the 7, it'll be fun. And the 8, just little goals just makes you happy. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. And you guys take good care of yourselves, okay? Big hugs. And I love y'all. Good night.